REDD, it is a perverse paradigm that is not about forest protection. It's about forest destruction, and we know you will not be tricked.
Estamos seguros que lo que ellos buscan con REDD es apoderarse de nuestros bosques, de nuestra agua, cuando al contrario de apoyar, lo que quieren es convertirlos en áreas confinadas para los ricos y sacar a los pobres, a los campesinos, para que ellos no tengan recursos.
REDD no. REDD no.
My name's Tom Goldtooth. I'm the Executive Director of the Indigenous Environmental Network, and we're an international indigenous-based environmental justice and economic justice organization networking with indigenous peoples worldwide. We're based here in the belly of the beast of the United States. We're dealing with an emerging issue here that's really perverse. It involves the financial institutions of the world, the oligarchies of the world. It involves multinational corporations. It involves the northern countries, and specifically industrialized countries, pushing forward to a next level economic globalization that is nothing but privatization of nature.
REDD, according to the United Nations, stands for Reducing Emissions from Deforestation and Forest Degradation. But really what REDD means is reaping profits from evictions, land grabs, deforestation, and destruction of biodiversity.
E dos impactos que traz REDD sobre a questão território é que há mais de 12 anos no estado do Acre, as terras indígenas não está sendo mais demarcada pelo governo.
We're dealing with this issue of REDD, carbon trading, carbon offset, that leaves our companies, these companies that are operating in our backyard, off the hook.
Carbon trading is a scheme to privatize the sky and set up a trading mechanism whereby polluters can buy and sell permits to pollute even more. Specifically, REDD is an offset mechanism which uses the forests in the global south as sponges for northern industrialized countries' pollution. So the idea is that if I grab these forests in the global south as sponges for my pollution, I can keep polluting in, say, California. REDD is the pillar of what is being called the green economy, which is nothing more than capitalism of life.
We're reading fancy ads that these corporations are paying for that make them look green. Greenwashing the pollution around local toxic hotspots such as the tar sands in northern Alberta, where the Cree, the Dene, and the Métis people are being killed. The water's contaminated. One of the most carbon intensive developments in the world, destructive, ripping out trees, tearing into Mother Earth, contaminating the water. You can even see it from the satellite.
Chevron, California's biggest polluter, is doing REDD in the Atlantic forest of Brazil in conjunction with General Motors and the Nature Conservancy. These armed guards called Força Verde, the Green Force, is shooting at local residents and jailing people. Antonio Alves, a local resident, was jailed for 11 days for cutting down a tree to fix his mother-in-law's leaky roof. So this is indicative of what REDD in AB 32, California's climate law, could be. And obviously it is just a scam for the biggest polluters of California to get out of reducing their emissions at source.
Before you can trade anything and treat anything as a commodity, you have to determine who owns that. So who owns the carbon, the air, whether it's in the trees, in the soil, in the plants, in the air? whose property right is that? As indigenous peoples, you know, many of us embrace the cosmovision, the spirituality, the sacred relationship that we hold dear to who we are, especially our relationship to the sacredness of Mother Earth. These are values and ethics that guide us, but unfortunately, humanity doesn't quite recognize those values. So that's why part of our campaign is also to wake up the world about who you are and your relationship with Mother Earth, because what's happening here is that the air is being traded off. It's becoming a private property of the industry.
REDD is a plan to steal your future. It increases climate change. It makes global warming worse. It sends us over the cliff.
And in consultation with our medicine people, there was a consistency in their response that REDD is a manipulation of the sacred, that is evil.
It'll be absolutely fundamental that youth educate themselves about the REDD menace and stand up and fight back in alliance with indigenous peoples and local communities and Californian voters and civil societies to stop REDD and protect Mother Earth.